that if you ever need to pay your fucking bills. I better be knowing you're paying your bills before you paying me anything.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles.
Trinkets and baubles.
Paid for in blood.
Paid for in blood. This sack's contents are mine.
Loot are often low on supplies.
I love my sippy mode is usually my sarcasm face.
Gains purchase.
When people say something questionable or if I say something kind of sassy,
clear.
I will do my sip emote immediately afterwards. It's almost like me saying, this might sound sarcastic, but I'm being very serious right now. You know what breaks Nexio? I only have a couple memories like this, obviously, because it was towards the end, but towards the end of my Nana's life, she started asking to look at my phone a lot, and it baffled her mind. I mean, she was born in the 20s, you know, 23 or 24 or something like that, so she was old as fuck. And she would go through my photos and was just enthralled by what a phone does these days. I wish she was alive so I could teach her more stuff. Like, there's just so much more now. I miss her so much. I'm not gonna go too far. I'll start crying, but fuck. She was just so she was very curious. Even though she was crazy Catholic, very curious woman. She liked that stuff. I know, Prime's the best thing in the world. It was really cool, Nexio. It was fun. She was such a cool old lady. I always tell Zeke, Zeke would have, my Nana would have fucking loved Zeke. Oh my God. They could have sat around, played cards, bullshit over a drink for hours. Oh my God. She used to exhaust me with that shit, but Zeke can talk until the fucking cows come home. They would have loved each other. Very similar personalities. Other than the Catholic part. My Nana was pretty hardcore there. But that was her upbringing. Product of what you're raised in, where you're raised in, shit like that. My Nana was really cool though. Have a stun! We used to play Wrinkle Rummy or Gin Rummy, Wrinkle Rummy, and then they played Pinochle. I never played it though. I still have no fucking idea what Pinochle is. I know you have like multiple decks and you take certain cards out of the deck and blah, 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 blah. No idea. Wait, is it Pinochle? Which one's the one you play with a board? That's not Pinochle, right? The one you have the wooden board and the pegs. That's not Pinochle, right? Or is that Pinochle?
I think
That's cribbage. I play cribbage. Cribbage, I know. Okay, I fucked those up in my head. Pinochle, I still have no fucking idea, though. Master Meatball, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive and giving an anus its wings. I appreciate your guys' support, and you are amazing. Cribbage is super fun. Any Euchre players? The fuck is that? My Nana played cards until she couldn't get up to the table anymore. She got to a point where she just literally couldn't sit at the table. Like, she couldn't hold her body up because she was so, like, weak. That was sad. But she would play, like, Wrinkle Rummy and stuff with us. And she was a fucking card shark until the day she died. That fucking hoe, dude. She was amazing. Fuck! Dude, I play cribbage with Zeke, but he beats me every time because he's so good at the game. He's incredible at it. Like, he knows all the mental math. He knows how to add up everything. And I'm still, like, super lame at it. I'm trying to add up everything. Thank you for the follow, Cleric. I try my best, but I'm not very good at it. Like, the mental math is really hard for me. Do you like ERS? What's that? Rummy is one of my favorites because it can go on as long as you want it to, which is cool.
Compassion is a rarity in the fever.
When I was really young, my Nana used to have like those old lady card parties where all her crazy old friends with their perfect coiffed hair would come over and they'd smoke and drink and eat nuts and play cards all night. And I would sit under their table. I'd sit under the card table and listen to all the disgusting things they said. Old ladies are foul, by the way. Can't tell me different. They wild. Oh yeah, we're still moving. Excellent. All that's left of a previous adventure. That's pleasant. Read anything
Self-preservation is
good?
paramount at any cost.
I've been reading this book that's about Victorian poisons. It's quite literally about how the Victorian and Edwardian era were accidentally poisoning themselves, like with lead in their makeup and brick powder in their flour and stuff like that. Fuck, this sucks. Why'd they get to go first, motherfuckers? That's been really cool. I like historical novels like that. I don't want to know like who they were married to and who they fucked and who they, you know, had babies to. I want to know how they accidentally poisoned each other. Like the book literally opens up with a story about the Medicis and how the Medicis basically like they literally had poison factories in Italy and in Rome, and I think near Vatican City, not in the Vatican City, but in Rome, they had poison factories, and they would test their poisons on homeless people and lost children to poison each other to like move up in the ranks of the papacy. It was pretty crazy. It's a pretty good book though. Medici, is it Medici, not Medici? Medici? Lead, arsenic, mercury, antimony, they all use that shit, right? They use it in everyday stuff. Like they would like eat cocaine and stuff as medicine. It's interesting. I like books like that. I'm a nerd. Come here, bitch. Medici. 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 I got to tour the Vatican way back in the day when I went to Italy 6 or 7 years ago. I went to Rome. I went to Vatican City. Got to tour the Vatican. It was pretty wild. My mom hired a tour guide that was like just this local lady who does it as a side job, charges not very much. But because we had a tour guide who was from Vatican City, we got to go in special rooms that like just casual visitors don't get to go through. And we got to go through some of the Medici suites. That was pretty wild. Suck a dick. Master Meatball, that's sick. I kind of meant my novel I sent you. I guess you didn't like it. You mean the email one? What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Ow, I have like a bite on my forehead. Did I get bit by a fucking mosquito? No! Oh, I hate mosquitoes. It's fine. The 2 chapters, I did read it. I read it like ages ago. I thought I told you. Didn't I email you back? I'll check my email after work. I'm pretty positive I wrote you back, man. I did not dislike your story. Holy shit. Don't be throwing accusations out like that, bitch. I will come for you. In a totally consensual and kind way, of course. Oh, I'll check my email. I'll check it. I don't understand email. I very rarely send emails, but it might just be sitting in my sent folder.
Precision.
I definitely sent you an email. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I didn't like your story, I'd fucking tell you. I would make fun of you, probably, but also, like, not. I don't know. No, I wouldn't.
A powerful blow.
I don't know if I've ever read anything I disliked. Sometimes I don't like the themes of stories, but I literally read a Christian novel one time on accident. I picked it. I was like walking through Barnes and Noble, and you know how they have those themed tables out with like themed books? It'll be like books of the month or Halloween books or whatever. Well, I just walked by one of those tables and saw a cool looking book with a cool cover, read the back of it. I was like, this seems kind of interesting. And then I realized I was at the Christian book table, and I was like, fuck it. And I grabbed it, and it was really good. Hold on, let me write your email down. I got a pen that's not a glitter pen for once in my life because I'm an adult and I can have things that aren't glitter. I have problems just doing it on my phone sometimes, and I usually, unfortunately, I answer emails in bed on my phone. And I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or what it is, but sometimes they just don't go. They'll just sit in my sent folder, and then all I need to do is literally go to my sent folder and open it, and it'll fucking send. I don't even press anything. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's wrong with it. I wrote your email down, though.
Okay, I DM'd you the map I just got for this Darkest Dungeon.
Oh, God. Is it a bad one? Oh, go. Is that at 90% of the rooms?
No, that's a kill one specific flesh thing.
Do you have any people with Scout on? Oh, fuck.
Dude, yeah, the room is right next to the starting room. That's the thing.
Oh, my God. Well, you win. No, dude, I love doing stuff like that. Like Alethea writes stories, and so does Jackie. I've read all of them. I love reading stories like that. Yeah, no, I definitely read it, and I sent you an email, but I will resend it to this email address. It's in my planner, so it will not be lost. I'm a very analog human. I like to write things down because I'm ancient, apparently.
The blood quickens.
I think it's because I've always wanted to be a writer. I think I have a talent for writing, but my mental diseases make me incapable of rereading my own writing. I become like disassociated from it and I can't reread my own shit. So I just never try. I have a lot of ideas for really good books though. Literally my life could be a fucking book. Not bragging, in a bad way. My life could be a book. I read half a cheesy romance novel about witches before I figured out what was going on. Jeez, this author really likes describing her male characters. I've been there. Dude, Anne Rice. You ever read Anne Rice? Some of her later stuff is homoerotic, and I like it. I am so into reading that. Like, I watch gay porn all the time. That shit's hot. Like, men pleasure noises are really sexy to me. That might be weird. Call me weird. Anne Rice was thirsty. I don't know what happened to her. She was like really cool, and then she decided to get Christian and weird and like write a book about Jesus that was not very entertaining. Sorry, Anne Rice, I really like you, but that book was terrible. Bad shit. Why is it always straight females who... I don't know. Is that a thing? Well, Anne Rice writes some because her son came out as gay, and her way of expressing to him that she accepted him being gay was to include gay erotica in her books. It's actually kind of beautiful. I love Taltos. Oh my god, I love you so much, Rune. So few people have read those Taltos books. They're some of my favorites, and they're kind of weird, but I loved them. I'm younger. You're probably younger than him. Who? Which ones? Any of her later books, like old books or new books? Her old books are amazing. Oh god, Queen of the Damned. It's one of the best books, and they made such a shitty movie out of it. It was heartbreaking. The Taltos. Thank you, Tea Party. I love you guys. Has anyone here read Belinda by Anne Rampling? Her other pen name?
Don't think so.
It is about like a 40-something-year-old artist who falls in love with like a 17-year-old girl. And it's kind of creepy, and I think it's really hard to get because, you know, pedophilia, but it's not creepy. It's almost like Lolita. If you guys have ever read Lolita, it's a real love story, and the girl had like this, I mean, you just gotta read it. If you can find Belinda. I know, but I actually, you know, Cthulhu, I watched the movie before I read the book, and I really liked the movie as a kid, mainly because I loved Aaliyah, and the soundtrack was phenomenal. I just separate them in my mind. They're not the same thing. I don't put them together in my head at all. Oh my god, Tea Party, I love you. I can't find Belinda anywhere. It's gone. I haven't been able to reread it in years, and it makes me sad because I'd love to reread it. It's a beautiful love story, but people get creeped out because they're like, she's only 17. I wasn't fucking, but I was sucking dicks. Ah, fuck a cock.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
Like us? Ooh. Try thrift books. I will. I've been trying to find it online, and it's really weird. I can only find it in Spanish. It's very strange. Like, I literally can only find the Spanish translation of the book and not an English version. And I'm like, okay, come on. Lolita's everywhere. Let me have this book. You know? Ooh, yum. I like cider. I like cider better than beer. I'll have to look for it. Damaged Like Us. I'm so glad he dodged. It's like a prolapsed anus when it attacks. Did you guys just see that? That was disgusting. Ooh, a crit heal. That's what I like to see. Of course, you don't get any fucking sanity, you piece of shit. I'm trying to think what else I read. Recently, I read a book called She's Come Undone. That was pretty wild. It's by Wally Lamb. And it's just kind of like this story about a girl named Dolores from childhood. It's kind of about this little girl who gets raped, basically, when she's very young, and kind of has a tumultuous household situation, and then her growing up and how that affects her growing up. It's really fucking good, dude. That was a really, really good book. What else have I read recently? I'm trying to think of stuff I've actually finished. I read what was it? It was called like My Best Friend's Exorcism or something. That was a cheesy, corny, but also very scary horror read that was really, really good. Oh, please dodge. Or just take it like a bitch.
Injury.
Belgian. Oh my God, you just redeemed a cheers, and I missed it. Oh my God, Pepper, I'm the worst. Cheers, Pepper. Cheers. That's only one of my bookshelves. I've got like 4. These are my most colorful books. We were talking about Anne Rice. I didn't really like the Claiming a Sleeping Beauty books, and this is why. When I read them, I was excited because I was a new little kinky sex-having maniac in college, and when I read them, I felt like they were written by someone who has never had a kinky moment in their life. It felt like what are those stupid books that came out? Grey something? 50 Shades of Grey. Similar to that. It felt like someone trying to be impressive with kink knowledge who knew absolutely zero about kink when I read them. Vissy, the fuck, dude. Oh my God, my bong's smoking itself. Vissy, the number one reason I hate moving so much is because I refuse to get rid of any of my books. I literally, I have now moved across the country twice with not just all of my books, but more books than I started with when I moved one place to the other. I'm a book slut. I love reading, and I become very attached to my books. And I don't really like digital reading. I'll buy books like cookbooks or instruction manuals or like quilting books and shit. I'll get those on an iPad. But books, I mean, you crack a book open, they smell good, it's tactical, you feel it. I don't know, there's something about a book. I didn't read 50 Shades. My mom did, though, and she said they were really shitty. She said the first one was okay. It was kind of a love story, and then they just got kind of boring and weird. And when I watched the movies, that looked like an abusive relationship to me. The relationship between that girl and the guy, the main 2 people. I don't know their names. I only saw like the first 2, I think. It looked abusive. Like, he seemed like a very controlling, weird guy who had a lot of money. If he was poor and or ugly, that story would have been a rape victim story, or like a hostage situation. You know what I mean? He was rich and meh looking, so everybody was like, oh my God, he's a prince. But like, nah, dude, nah. Book love, I love books. I pack them everywhere. I have books from, I want to show you guys this book. I have a book that I rented from my 5th grade teacher's personal library in his classroom that I never gave him back for some reason. I don't know why. It just always stuck with me, and I still have it. It's called We Have Always Lived in the Castle, and it's this really fucking old book that they made into a really terrible movie recently. I love books. I attach sentimental value on them. It's weird. Or maybe it's not weird. I don't know. Me too. Lady Emma, I am one of those people, I hate to spend money. Unless it's like weed. I don't like to spend money. I used to be very impulsive back in the day, so my family thinks I'm like this big spender. I don't buy anything ever. But books, that's the one thing in the world I've never felt bad about spending money on, that and weed. Books. I can go into Barnes & Noble and drop $100 easy, and I don't feel guilty at all. Not a drop. Because I don't know, there's something about books. They make me happy. Dude, I fucking love books, man. We can nerd out about books all day. Have a blight, you dumb slutty worm bitch. Or resist my blight, that's fine too. I want to go to a bookstore, but I don't want to go on a ventilator at a
trifling
hospital,
victory.
so I'm going to not do that.
But a victory nonetheless.
Probably I'm not going to do that. Probably. My first guild to guild. Oh, I got my media package while you were gone, so I'm going to try to download the game tonight and get it ready for tomorrow. Well, Eliza's working. Yes, I know. That's fucking terrible, but at least maybe I can help her play the game when she gets in. Maybe. We'll see. I'm looking on the bright side. I just want to get in as much time as possible before the fucker goes away. Let's heal up before we leave, shall we? Because I don't get any fucking money for any of this anyways. You're insane, Void. Why did you have to go insane? I don't have another healer and it sucks. This sucks. Why are you always so fucking nuts? God damn it.
Some experiments should have never happened. You are doing just work ending them.
I like manga too. I actually kind of started drawing because of manga. Firebat, you silly son of a bitch. How dare you fucking redeem that with your channel points? You watched me for that many minutes to have me abuse you, and you know how much I hate doing this! You piece of shit.
Satan fuck.
I love you, Firebot. You know that. That one's the hardest one for me to do. Unless I'm really spicy for some reason. That one's really hard to do. Curious, obsessed with the acquisition of knowledge. God damn it. That is fucking fantasy to life, Eliza. Jesus fuck. Why do you gotta get that ailment? Negative 20% healing received. That sucks. Well, you didn't die, Kodiak. I just started the Junji Ito manga. My first manga ever was Sailor Moon, and then Sailor Moon Stars. Those were my big ones when I was really young. That's how I started drawing. Whereas I would sit on the floor at my friend Kara's house, and we would read manga, and we would draw the characters. And I started drawing manga characters. I had a ton of really cool how to draw manga books that my mom, I'm sure, sold or something. They're gone. And then Ray Earth was like my shit. Ray Earth was like the best thing in the entire world. And those are the ones I started with. Those are way back in the day.
A fresh
Aren't they cute,
irritant
Firobot? Reese
A
made them for us. I
sanguine
love them. You did. Everybody made it. No one died, although little Mr. Void over here needs a fucking back rub or something. Please give me a healer. Please give me a healer. Fuck. Not a healer. I hate this. I have no healer, and Void's insane. I could take Void on a camping mission. This sucks. I just have to bring a bunch of people that have self-heals. That's what I'm gonna have to do. That's what I'm gonna have to do, because fucking bitch fuck over here has to get better. Reese is incredibly talented. Exclamation point Reese in the chat if you'd like to hire her to do emotes or panels or all sorts of digital art for yourself. She is always open for business, and I pimp her out constantly because she's amazing. Kodiak's also insane. Thanks for that, bro. If you could just go get better now. You also have a fucking germ. Damn it. Anybody else super, super crazy? No. Everybody else is decent. Eliza, see? This is why I made her a flagellant. She didn't lose her fucking shit this time. It's those other classes suck. Thank you, Eliza, for popping that in chat. Oh, look what time it is. What perfect timing. Did I get this? What is this? The mantra of fasting? What the fuck is this? Why did I get this? Is this... What is this? Oh, it's Crimson Court shit. Thank you for that follow. Xeno Warrior. Bye, Vissy! I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully for New World if I get it all set up. That's the fucking Crimson Court shit. I ain't crimsoning yet. That is some high level bullshit. All right, my dudes.